Hello my cyber sisters, it's your girl Taylor back with another video. Today's video is so highly requested, it's like not even funny. Today's video is a video on my overall weight loss journey. You guys just saw my results in the beginning of this video. I wasn't even gonna sit here and talk for like 30 minutes. This is gonna be a longer video, by the way, but I wasn't gonna sit here and like talk to you guys for like 20 or 30 minutes and you guys like are waiting to see my results and then you see them and you're like, why did I just listen to this? So I wanted to show you guys in the beginning so you guys could see what you're getting yourself into, and then you guys can hear what I have to say about it. But if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so you can be notified when your girl posts, because I know you ain't gonna want to miss out on what's coming next. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I kind of split this up into different parts. This is going to be part 1 of my weight loss journey. So this is just going to be the overall story, and then the other videos that are coming after this are going to be about like in depth, like how I started, how I planned it out, like all of that stuff. So if you want to stay tuned for all of those, just make sure you're staying tuned for the next couple of days after this video is posted, and then you know, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you are notified when I post those videos. So a lot of questions that I've gotten were, how tall am I? I'm 5'9", for everyone that is wondering. And then how much was my starting weight? So in January of 2018, I believe I was around 210 pounds. How much do I weigh now? Right now, I currently weigh 163.4. So at the beginning of this year, I was 210. And now I'm 163.4. Let me put my calculator on even. I'm so bad at math, y'all. I've lost 47 pounds. That's almost 50 pounds. That's crazy. You guys are probably like, how did you do this? Like, I've been slacking on the videos, you guys. Literally, I moved to Atlanta. If anybody, like, if you guys didn't know, I lived in Richmond, Virginia. And so from around June, which is when I kind of fell off of YouTube a little bit, like with posting consistently, from June to now, like I was in the process of getting everything straight to move to Atlanta. So I'm finally here, and you guys are about to get all the content in the world, including my moving vlog. So stay tuned for that too. This video is all over the place, but this is just kind of like my catching up / talking to my subscribers, because there's so many of you guys that are new. That's crazy. So let's start with my childhood and talk about like my weight loss as far as like throughout the years. So I've always been the bigger kid. I've always been the bigger child. I was always bigger in height. I was always bigger in size. Like even with my brother was way smaller than me. He was the correct size for his age. I was always around like 4 years ahead of my age. No, like literally, like I'm inserting pictures throughout this whole thing. I was literally just always bigger. And it really got to me growing up because like I'm a very extra person, and so like I always wanted to be involved in things that, you know, the smaller kids would do better at. For example, I loved plays and stuff, but for the plays I would get casted as a tree, or I would get casted as an elephant, and like just bigger creatures, and like that kind of subconsciously messed with me. Like I would be happy to be a part of the production in general, but like subconsciously I was just like Oh, I remember 5th grade, kids threw animal crackers at me and I ate them to show them that I didn't care. So yeah, but subconsciously these things mess with you as you're getting older. But like I never let anybody know that bothered me or like said anything to them. I just act like I didn't care, and I was just like, I know I'm cute, because I knew I was cute, but like at the same time, like it's like, damn, that kind of hurt, you know. By the time I had gotten to 8th grade, 6th grade I kind of slimmed out a little bit because I got taller. By the time I got to 8th grade, I was 5'7", and I was 183 pounds. I remember that because like they always weighed you for PE and stuff like that. And I remember my teacher was like, there's no way you're 183, because I carried my weight really well for my height, with my height and stuff like that. But like that got to me too when my teacher said that. She was like, there's no way, this has to be wrong. I'm just like, no, I just weigh a lot. Like I don't know what to tell you. The summer before 9th grade, I just remember I was like, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna feel good about myself. Like I'm so tired of feeling like the fat friend, or feeling like I'm sick, by the way, so if my voice sounds weird, then that's why. I was so tired of feeling like the fat friend. I was so tired of like my friends being able to wear cute clothes and I couldn't wear cute clothes. Like I could wear them, but I just would not feel confident in them. And then like they would go in bikinis and I would wear one pieces, and it was just like very exhausting for me to try to keep up with trying to feel like I fit in. So in my head, I was wanting to do anything. So I went to a predominantly Caucasian high school my 9th grade through junior year. So my senior year I ended up going to like a predominantly African American school, so I'm really happy that I got to see the differences in there, because there are differences, especially with how bodies are looked at and what's acceptable and what's not, and what's cute and what's not. So it differs depending on like what type of crowd of school you go to, and like I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. So going into a predominantly Caucasian school back in 2013, it was back in the day, being thick or having a booty, like being thick and curvy, that was not a trend back then. That was not like the shape to have. Like back then, like being thin and skinny, that was it. Like if you were thin and skinny, you were pretty. It was everything to be thin. And so I ended up taking on very unhealthy eating habits. Like I ended up joining the track team. I started eating a lot healthier, but I would eat like a healthy meal, and it would be like one meal for like that whole day. Like I didn't care if I didn't have a butt. Like you guys are gonna see pictures, I'm gonna insert them now, like the size I was. That stage took place between my 9th grade year all the way to my sophomore year. And then my sophomore year, at the end of it, my mom got extremely sick. Like to the point where I didn't know if I was gonna have my mom much longer. And at that point, like if you guys know me and my mom are extremely close, and like people always ask me like, why do you always hang out with your mom? Like why are you always with your mom? Like how do you still like want to hang out with her and you're older? And like I'm 20 by the way, for those of you guys who didn't know. But like I hang out with my mom all the time. She's literally my best friend. And it's because there was a time in my life where I didn't have my mom. Okay? So I'm very passionate about my family. That's just a side note to address like when people ask me about that. But I've never talked about her getting sick or anything like that. Like, that's something that I'll probably talk about in a later video. But you're probably wondering what this has to do with the weight loss video. And it's because your emotional state has a direct connection with your eating patterns. So if you think about it, you have a breakup, right? You're gonna go out and buy ice cream and junk food and come home and cry and watch Netflix all night or something like that. I don't know if that's just personally me, but that's like a normal stigma in the teenage girl community, to go out and buy junk food to cope with whatever traumatic experience happened, right? Right. So that's essentially what I was doing, except it wasn't with the breakup. It was with like, you know, seeing my mom very ill and seeing, you know, I've just never seen her like that. And it was just a very depressing time for me. And I didn't know how to handle it. And so I was just eating. I would eat any and everything. I didn't care how I looked. I would show up to school. Like, I wouldn't dress up. If I did show up at all, like, I barely went to school. Like, I just didn't care. I was in a very depressed state. So for elementary school, my weight loss was just because everybody was small back then. And then my high school weight loss was because I wanted to fit in and be pretty and be popular. And everybody that was pretty and popular was thin. So... and the third stage with the weight gain was just based on depression. So there's different reasons why we gain weight. There's different reasons why we lose weight. There's different reasons why we do a lot of things, but it all comes down to your emotional state. So you have to ask yourself when you're losing weight, like, how am I feeling? Like, why am I allowing myself to do this? What is the reason that I'm not caring about my appearance? What is the reason that I'm not caring about my health anymore? What is the reason why I just don't care to even get out of bed, or I don't care to go work out, or I don't want to do what's best for me? You know, you have to figure that out first. Like, you can't just go into weight loss, because this is what the problem was for me and why I would have to keep starting over and why nothing ever worked, is because I didn't know why I did what I did. I didn't know why I self-sabotaged myself, okay? I did not know why I self-sabotaged myself. I didn't know why I ate all of these bad foods when I knew I didn't want my body to look the way it did. I didn't know why I would speak to myself so negatively when I knew all I wanted was some confidence. I didn't know why I tore myself down each and every day when I knew all I wanted to do was feel good. You know, I feel like we don't know why we do these things, so it's very important to figure out why you're doing that to yourself. Why are you being so mean to yourself? Why are you being so rude to yourself? Why are you feeding yourself all that bad food when you know what your goals are? When you know what you want out of life? Why are you doing that to yourself? Okay, so the why am I self-sabotaging? And then the next why, after you figure that out, you might got to get a pen and paper and write all of this down and, you know, really dig deep, because sometimes things happen to us, like traumas and stuff happen to us, and we push them so deep inside that we don't even realize that that's why we're doing this. We don't even realize that that's bothering us, but it really bothers us. But we put it so far deep inside and we ignored it for so long that we don't realize that's why I'm acting like this. That's why I'm doing this. And when you figure out why you're doing that, you have power over it. When you figure out what it is that is holding you back, it no longer has power over you because you know what it is. You got to do some soul searching. Your fitness journey is so much more than what you eat. It's so much more than working out. It's literally 100% mental, 80% what you eat. It's 20% working out. So when it's 100% mental, you got to put some work into it. And that's literally what it is. You know, telling yourself to go eat bad, that's mental. Telling yourself to go eat good, that's mental. So we're going to talk about the mental part of weight loss, because this was the huge component for me that really made everything click. This is how I got my results. This is how I got the life of my dreams. Not just the body of my dreams, not just the confidence of my dreams, but literally the life of my dreams. And it all started with a thought in my mind. So the next thing you have to figure out is, why am I gonna start this weight loss journey? And for me, the reasoning behind that was I was so tired of looking in the mirror and wanting to walk away. I was so tired of not being able to fit cute clothes. I was so tired of feeling like I wasn't pretty enough. I was so tired of feeling like I wasn't good enough. I was so tired. I was just so tired of just feeling like shit. I had been trying to get into a more positive mindset for some time. I just never really sat down and, you know, just said, this is it. You know, I would write stuff down here and there and like do this and that, but like I never actually sat down and was like, this is it. I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna have the body of my dreams. I'm gonna be able to do this. Like when I started saying I am gonna have this, I am having this, I am this, like the power of I am for me just became, it was almost like my superpower. Because if I said I am this, then I just knew I am that. And one day it's going to come to me. And it may not be today, but one day I am going to have the body of my dreams. I am going to have the confidence of my dreams. I am going to have the job of my dreams. And I just remember I sat down and I wrote down all of my goals. I mean, fitness-wise, career-wise, goal-wise, I just wrote them all down. I just figured out, like, this is my why. Like, my why is to just love me. And when writing down all of those goals, and when writing down all of the things that I wanted to be, and writing down all of the things that I wanted out of a career, and writing down all the things I wanted my body to be like, when writing all of this down, I figured out what all of them concluded to. And it concluded to just, I wanted to love myself. I wanted to be proud of myself. I wanted to feel good about myself. I wanted to wake up in the morning and be like, damn, I'm so happy I'm in this body because this is me. You know, I wanted to wake up every morning and be excited about life. I wanted to be happy to be living, because there was a time where I was not happy to be living. I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, I'm alive. Like, and now I wake up every morning and I'm like, thank God I'm alive. And there's such a difference. And it all started with my mindset and changing it, because I was so tired of just being mediocre. Because I know I'm not mediocre, okay? And I know you're not mediocre. Whoever I'm talking to right now on this camera, there's no coincidence you're watching this video. Like, coincidences don't happen. You're meant to watch this video. You're meant to hear this. And I'm just here to let you know it's time to start. It's time to sit down. It's time to plan. And it's time to figure out what it is that's holding you back. And it's time to figure out what it is that's going to push you forward. It's time to figure that out. And I have a couple of videos that are coming up after this one, going in depth on how to plan out and how I ate, and planning out meals and planning out workout routines according to your goals and stuff like that. Like, I have so many other videos coming out that are coming really soon. I'm not going to give an exact date, because for some reason whenever I give an exact date, it just never comes out on that date. But we have some important things coming out very soon, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And so once I figured out my two whys, I figured out what's holding me back, and I figured out what it is I really, really wanted. Why am I starting this? When you have that why of why you're starting this, you can look back at that and be like, I'm starting this because I wanted to feel good, so I'm not going to give up today. Or I don't feel like going to the gym today, but then you go look at that list and you're like, I wanted this out of my life, so I got to go to the gym. Like, I don't know. It just really helps to write down your goals and what you really want, because it gives you a reminder of why you started in the first place. Another mental component was just overcoming ideas. Like how I said, this whole journey, this whole lifestyle, it started with an idea. Like, an idea can also be something that stops you from having your dreams. So don't let an idea of something hinder you from taking action, because all great things start with an idea. And like the idea of going to the gym. I remember in the beginning, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. I'm gonna look so stupid with lifting weights, or I don't want to go to the gym. I don't have a friend to go with me. You don't need a friend. Go to the gym, you know? Or I'd be like, I'll look stupid lifting weights. Honestly, I didn't know how to lift weights at first, but you'll learn, and people aren't looking at you like that, for real. Like, don't flatter yourself by thinking people are looking at you lifting weights. They're in there trying to see if they know how to lift weights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be in the gym, and I've learned so much about weightlifting and weight loss and stuff like that. And I still sometimes really don't know what I'm doing, but I try my hardest, and that's all you can do. And everybody's just trying, you know? It's not expert. Nobody's an expert in anything, you know? So everybody's just trying to do their best. And I've never looked at anybody and been like, oh my gosh, like, they're lifting that so wrong, da da da. Like, I've come to find that people who say mean things about other people are actually very insecure people who don't like themselves. Because when you love yourself, all you want to do is make other people love themselves, because you want them to feel as good as you feel. And when you don't love yourself, you just want to make other people feel like you feel, and you feel bad about yourself. So you're like, okay, you feel bad about yourself too, because I don't like myself. So that's just how I look at people who say mean things and who are really rude. I'm just like, you're hurting, and that's okay. Like, I'll say a prayer for you and keep it pushing. Like, it doesn't hurt me any, because it's a reflection of you, how you speak on other people. I have to get over the excuses. That was like a huge thing for me. Like, I just don't even make excuses for myself anymore. Like, if I mess up, I mess up. I own it. Like, there is no excuse for why I didn't go to the gym. Oh, I was just so tired, I didn't go to the gym. No, I just didn't go to the gym because I was being lazy and I didn't go to the gym. Like, there is no excuse. And when you come to the point where you realize everything you're doing is for you and no one else, like, it's life-changing. Like, this time, I remember when I made that decision to start my weight loss journey, I wrote down, I'm gonna drink apple cider vinegar. And then it's just, ironically enough, when I posted that video on the internet, it went viral, which gave me this career that I would never have had I not posted that video. You know, like, had I not made that decision that night that I was going to completely change my life, I didn't know how this was going to happen. I just knew if I changed my thought patterns, I just knew if I changed how I talked to myself, I just knew if I believed in myself a little bit more, I could change my life. You know, I had seen documentaries on it. I had seen interviews on it. People were talking about, all I did was change my mindset and I changed my life. And I'm like, that's not true. Like, that can't happen. But then I just said, you know what else do I have to lose? I'm going to try this. I'm going to believe in myself for the first time in my life, and let's see what happens. And just writing down my goals and seeing them. I remember writing down that I was going to have a successful YouTube channel, and I was going to be able to work from home. I was going to be financially free, and like, just all of these great things that I had no idea how I was going to get them. And there was no way in hell I even had any of those things back in December of 2017. I had none of that. But I just knew in 2018, if I wrote this down and I believed I was going to have it, I was going to have it. And so I wrote down all of these goals, didn't know how I was going to obtain them. And I said, I'm going to use apple cider vinegar to lose weight. Posted that video, went freaking viral, and it ended up giving me a platform where I get to talk to you guys, and I get to inspire other people. And one of my goals was, I want to help people. I want to inspire people. And it's just funny how God works and how the universe works and how everything plays out when you believe in yourself. And it all just connected. It really did. So, like, just changing your thoughts can really change your life. So, like, that went viral. Then it gave me the career that I wrote down that I wanted. It gave me the YouTube channel that I wrote down that I wanted. And then I said, oh, I want confidence. I ended up gaining the confidence. And oddly enough, I gained a lot of confidence through you guys, because you guys would talk to me and be like, I've lost 40 pounds. Oh, I just want to thank you so much. You've changed my life. You've changed my perspective on health. You've changed my perspective on how I think mentally. And I'm like, wow, like, did I really just do this? And I still think to this day, like, am I really doing this? Am I really inspiring this many people? Like me, the person that was so depressed this time last year, the person that hated themselves and didn't love themselves. And I'm teaching people now how to love themselves who are in the same position that I was in. And it's just like, wow, it's humbling. Like, I changed my mindset and all of this stuff just starts happening. And all I had to do this whole time was believe in myself. If you had told me in November of 2017 last year that I was going to have the career of my dreams, that I was going to have a successful YouTube channel, that I was going to be living in the state of my dreams. I ended up moving from Richmond, Virginia, which is like a smaller town, to Atlanta. So if you told me I was going to be living in Atlanta, if you told me I was going to have the body of my dreams, if you had told me I wrote this list down, if you had showed me that list and be like, okay, everything you just wrote down on this list, this is going to happen to you in 2018, so I hope you're ready. If you had told me that, I wouldn't have believed you. In November, I wouldn't have. In December, maybe I would have, because I was starting to believe in myself a little bit towards the end. But like in November, if you had showed me that, I'd be like, you are lying. You are lying. And it's just crazy how all you have to do to achieve anything you want in this life is just believe in yourself. That's it. So the whole main point of this video was just to let you guys know how I lost weight and like not exactly what I did, but just like the story of how I did it, and like just a more personal vibe to my channel. Like I don't really get to sit down and talk to you guys that often because a lot of my videos are like pre-made. Like I'm making a meal prep video, or I'm doing a workout video, so it's not something I can really just talk to you guys in. You guys get to find out a little bit more about me, and you guys get to like maybe relate to my stories a little bit, because I feel like what I go through, a lot of people are going through. And as an influencer or as a YouTuber, I feel like it's important to not only share the good stuff that's going on in my life, but also like the triumphs and like the not so good stuff or the bad stuff that's happened, because that's real. That's real life. Like not everybody's gonna have like this perfect fabricated life where we're just happy all the time. Like there are ups and downs to life, and if I can teach you guys how to more effectively handle what's going on mentally, or if I can get you guys more aware of what you're thinking mentally and like the importance of taking care of your mental health just as much as your physical, I feel like then I've done my job. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.